Welcome to this tapping session. Today we will tap on lack of acceptance of being a highly sensitive person. I wonder, how did you feel the day you discovered something like HSP even existed? Were you relieved? Did you feel like everything you have been through so far makes sense now? Or did you feel sad, realizing that there was nothing you could do about some of the painful experiences in your life? That there wasn't anyone to support you? Or maybe you felt a mixture of these positive and negative feelings. Perhaps after this great moment of realization, you still find it hard to feel comfortable in your own skin. If that's the case, please tap along and see if we can clear some of the negative beliefs and emotions around this issue. Close your eyes if you like, take a deep breath, and say it loud. It is hard for me to accept my sensitivity. Now tune into your feelings that might have come up, and on a scale 0 to 10, mark how true that statement feels for you. Where 10 is, I totally reject this part of me, and 0 is like, I feel good about my sensitive part and I totally accept it. Write your number down. Now start tapping on the side of the hand point and repeat after me. Even though it is hard for me to accept my sensitivity, because I often feel excluded and hurt by the idea that I'm different from other people. That I'm somehow flawed or there is something wrong with me. I'm working on accepting my sensitive part and my feelings. Even though it is hard for me to accept my sensitivity. Because I live in this society which often misses the essence of this trait. And gives it a negative tone. It is seen as something difficult to live with, as a defect to be cured. I'm working on accepting myself and the place I'm currently in. Even though it is hard for me to accept my sensitivity. Because it made my life difficult in so many ways. It gave me some negative labels. And I often struggle to see positive sides of possessing this trait. I'm working on accepting myself as a whole. Now repeat after me as I guide you through the tapping points. Eyebrow point. It is hard for me to accept my sensitivity. Side of the eye. I always felt intuitively that I'm different from others. Under the eye, like I was somehow flawed and defective. Under the nose, like there was something wrong with me. Under the mouth, like I was doomed to a second-rate life. Collarbone, in my childhood, well-meaning parents and teachers might have not understood me. Under the arm, perhaps they even try to help me overcome it. Top of the head, probably other children were not always as nice about it. Eyebrow point, I could hear people labeling me as shy, introverted, unsociable, and quiet. Side of the eye, and this label stuck, affecting my confidence. Under the eye, in my adult life, I'm still struggling to feel self-worth and self-confidence. Under the nose, it has probably been harder for me to find the right career path. Under the mouth, to develop healthy friendships and love relationships. Collarbone, people might have taken advantage of my good heart in so many ways. Under the arm, I easily fall into putting other people's needs way above my own. Top of the head, I swing between a strong desire to be alone and to be intimately attached. Eyebrow point, I struggle to set healthy boundaries. Side of the eye, I take things too personally. Under the eye, I often get stuck in overthinking. Under the nose, I can easily be triggered in this constantly shifting, extroverted world. Under the mouth, my nervous system often becomes overstimulated. Collarbone, by crowds, loud noise, feeling rushed, fake conversations, and inauthentic people. Under the arm, I live in a culture where possessing this sensitive trait is considered far from ideal. Top of the head, as something difficult to live with, something to be cured. Eyebrow point, the society values more the ability to look outward, to expand, to compete, and to win. Side of the eye, I don't necessarily share these values, yet I desperately want to fit in. Under the eye, fearing all the degrading labels, I awkwardly try to imitate the normal behavior and to be like others. Under the nose, since the society rejects the sensitive part of me, I try to do the same. Under the mouth, I often dislike being sensitive because I think it makes me weak. Collarbone, I'm constantly at war with myself, trying to control my reactions and stuffing down my emotions. Under the arm, sometimes I feel like I'm not sure who I am anymore. Top of the head, but do I really need to be the same as everyone else? Eyebrow point, has seeking validation from the outside ever been enough? Side of the eye, can my confidence be fueled by the validation from others? Under the eye, if I don't accept who I truly am in the first place. Under the nose, what if I could become okay with not being liked by everyone? Under the mouth, how would it feel to stand proud and strong, knowing it's quite alright being me? Collarbone, to know my value does not decrease based on someone's inability to appreciate my worth. Under the arm, what if as long as I know who I am and what I have to offer, it doesn't matter how others see me? Top of the head, what if eventually I realize that I don't need to be included, understood, or accepted by anyone else but myself? Eyebrow point, because the truth is that if I don't reject who I am, I cannot be rejected by anyone else. Side of the eye, it all starts with discovering and embracing my sensitive nature. Under the eye, this discovery can be a turning point which could totally change my perspective. Under the nose, I'm open to forgiving myself for rejecting my sensitive nature. Under the mouth, I'm open to forgiving myself for comparing myself to others. Collarbone, I'm open to forgiving myself for thinking that I'm lacking something that others have. Under the arm, I'm open to forgiving myself for falling into line of what is considered normal. Top of the head, I'm open to forgiving myself for not being in my corner. Eyebrow point, I'm open to forgiving myself for being so critical and harsh towards myself. Side of the eye, I'm open to forgiving myself for letting myself down. Under the eye, I'm open to forgiving myself for not accepting my true self. Under the nose, 'cause being my true self is the biggest gift I can offer myself and others. Under the mouth, take away that single trait and you take away the very essence of who I am. Collarbone, I love deeply and I think deeply about life. Under the arm, I'm compassionate, kind, and caring. Top of the head, I feel what others feel. Eyebrow point, I'm loyal, honest, and true. Side of the eye, I possess the gifts of imagination, empathy, creativity, and intuition. Under the eye, I have a deep appreciation of little things. Under the nose, I have a rich, vivid inner life. Under the mouth, I take a great pleasure in sharing the special gifts of my sensitivity. Collarbone, my sensitivity should be treasured. Under the arm, so I won't allow the world to change or harden me. Top of the head, I won't allow the pain to make me hate. Eyebrow point, I won't allow bitterness to take away my sweetness. Side of the eye, my purity and softness make me who I am. Under the eye, and it turns out there are more like-minded sensitive people out there. Under the nose, I'm now part of a larger community. Under the mouth, I no longer feel so isolated and lonely in this world. Collarbone, apparently I'm not this weird after all. Under the arm, and because there are so many people like me, I realize we were not born this way accidentally. Top of the head, it was not a mistake. Eyebrow point, and I did not come into this world to suffer. Side of the eye, to spend this one life on apologizing, questioning, regretting, doubting myself, and experiencing limitations. Under the eye, I was born to thrive. Under the nose, to discover, feel, and express myself fully, just like the nature had intended me to. Under the mouth, to appreciate my sensitivity and softness. Collarbone, to celebrate gifts of being an HSP. Under the arm, to give voice to my unique experience. Top of the head, to live comfortably in my own skin. Eyebrow point, I need to stop acting like I was afraid of my own power. Side of the eye, yet it takes courage to be myself in a world where I'm constantly told that it is wrong to be this way. Under the eye, hopefully one day the world will stop using sensitive as an insult or criticism. Under the nose, sensitivity needs to be recognized and properly valued. Under the mouth, it is a vital quality to build a balanced, compassionate, human society. Collarbone, until then, I'm open to be brave enough to put myself out there in the world. Under the arm, to show the world myself without an apology for being too sensitive or too emotional. Top of the head, to prove them they were wrong about me. Eyebrow point, high sensitivity is hardly a sign of a mental flaw or disorder. Side of the eye, it is not something to be ashamed about. Under the eye, but something valuable and worth sharing. Under the nose, it is a sign I have a big heart and I'm not afraid to let others see it. Under the mouth, it is a sign of strength. Collarbone, and there is every reason to be proud of who I am now, while I'm still figuring out who I am becoming. Under the arm, while I'm discovering my strengths and the advantages this trait may bring me. Top of the head, while I'm learning about my limitations and how to find and set healthy boundaries. Eyebrow point, while I'm getting to know how to take good care of myself. Side of the eye, while I'm restoring my self-confidence and self-worth. Under the eye, while I'm healing my wounds. Under the nose, I just need to keep discovering my true self with as much patience, integrity, acceptance, and love as possible. Under the mouth, and first and foremost, I must not reject myself ever again. Take a deep breath in and out. Now say it loud, it is hard for me to accept my sensitivity. Tune into your feelings that might have come up. On a scale 0 to 10, mark how true that statement feels for you now. If the number dropped, that's great. You are getting closer to accepting your true sensitive nature. If this session hasn't made the change you expected, you can repeat it now or in the future. Until the next time, stay well and safe. Tap to you soon.